Hey, what's up, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to the Waterboy Podcast. You probably already hear my uninvited guest in the background. I apologize. My dog, he's barking at somebody in the hallway. So we're going to get through this even outside of his barking. But thank you for tuning in. If you've been following the show, then you know I just wrapped up season 8, where we talked about why we love each of the 12 zodiac signs. And so all year, started in January, and we're going all the way through December for each zodiac sign during their season. This is a special shorter episode segment that I'm doing. So it's been really cool. I've done Capricorn, of course, so far, Aquarius, Pisces, Aries. Is it Taurus? No. Aries, Gemini, and then now Cancer we're doing. So while you're here, you can join the Drip family. So sharing is caring, but subscribing is thriving. So hey, if you're watching on YouTube, go ahead, hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell while you're at it so that you can be notified anytime new content drops on the channel. And when we return on September 4th, you can catch the Drip every Thursday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. So I am currently on hiatus from the regular season, but starting September 4th, which is a Thursday, and every Thursday after up until the Thursday right before Halloween will be season 9. And if you're not already doing so, you can follow me on Instagram at Poetic. It's PEAUXETIC. And TikTok is PEAUXETIC with the number 7 at the end. And you can also follow my guest repping Cancer tonight, Alex. You can follow her on Instagram, alexandria.brownshields. So I'm going to say that one more time. It's on Instagram, it's alexandria.brownshields. You can follow her there. And on Facebook, you can follow her at Alexandria Brown. And so I've been knowing Alex for the whole time I've been in Dallas, which is, let's see, I moved here in 2003, so 22 years. It's crazy. Yeah, I've been knowing her. I see her saying wow backstage. So yeah, it's definitely a wow because I didn't even realize it had been that long until I said it just now. So she has been a great friend over the years, even when we get busy. And we catch up in moments like this. It's just like we pick up like we didn't miss a beat. So she's always been a great friend. We've experienced a lot of life together, been there for each other for a lot of different situations. And so I'm honored to have her on tonight. She is also a travel agent. So I definitely want to get a chance to have her speak to that. And I'll also have her link where you can learn more about her travel agency guidance. I'll be sending that link or adding that link in the episode description. So before I bring Alex on out, famous Cancer, if you all are not already aware, is Solange. She is a Cancer. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and bring out Alex to join us. Hey, what's up, Alex?
Hey.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm blessed. No complaints.
Hey, I love it. I love it. Well, thank you again for joining. I really appreciate it. You coming on repping Cancer season. So for those who don't know, these are the dates: June 21st, July 22nd. If you fall in that range, you are a Cancer. So do you mind just sharing a little bit about yourself and your birthday, where you fall in that?
Oh, I'm like, they're right. I am at the beginning. I'm June 28th. Yeah, I'm like, wow, I'm only like 7 days in. I barely made it to the Cancer. Ooh,
right.
Thank you, Jesus.
Hey, but you in there though.
Them Gemini.
Yeah, they can be a bit much.
Like you said, I'm a travel agent. Right now, I'm working as that as well as I'm a school psychologist. So I do assessments to determine whether a student has a learning disability or some type of emotional disability from anxiety, depression, so on and so forth. So I still dabble in that, and I still live since, I guess now you just made me think about it, 22 plus years in
Yeah.
the world of psychology. So
Wow. That's
that's
awesome.
where I'm at. And then travel agent is my side hustle just because I like to travel. So I like to find deals for people. So I just like to get us, my people out there to travel more instead of saying,
I
"Gosh,
love that.
we need to explore the world." So
Hmm.
I do that a lot too.
I love that. I love
Mhm.
that. Hey, that's what's up. That's what's up. And so can't so I've said this several times on the show. Um, but I click very easily with cancers. The other sign you mentioned, Gemini, some
Mhm.
people are shocked by that, but I click pretty well with them too. But Cancer, if I had to pick a number one sign, and I'm not just saying this because it's you on here.
Yeah, you are.
I
You can be
promise,
real
for
with
real.
the people.
No, I'm telling you, because if you go back and look, I've said it several times. But no, Cancer, like if I click with somebody real fast right off the bat, 9 times out of 10, before I even ask them their birthday or before I even know when their birthday is,
Mhm.
I'm like, they probably gonna be a Cancer.
Cancer.
Maybe a Gemini, but probably a Cancer.
Yeah. I think the late Geminis I get along with. Like I grew up with a Gemini. So my sister's a Gemini, a true Gemini. Like she's June 19th. So like she kind of at
Oh,
the end, but
yeah,
man,
but
she
she's a
possessed
true.
beginning, middle, and end of a Gemini. And I'd be like, oh Lord. Some days I'd be like, let me not call her. And then some days,
Right, which one we getting today?
wrong time. Yeah. So, I grew up with the Gemini. So
Huh.
and my mother was a Cancer, so that's why everybody always says we're so much alike, and we are personality wise, and we're only one day apart. So I'm June 28th, and she was June 29th.
Oh wow, wow. I
Yeah,
didn't realize y'all's birthdays were that. I knew they were close, but I didn't realize that they were a day apart.
I never celebrated a birthday by myself. Never growing up. It
Uh,
was our birthday. What we
right,
doing?
together.
Our birthday. Never mind.
Right.
We having a party, but I
This
didn't
is
have no
together.
friends come. So just
Right.
our friends, but this your party. Oh, okay. All right.
But it's
So
our birthday.
it's our birthday. That's exactly what it was. Yeah. Always. I miss those days.
Yeah.
I took them for granted, but yeah. So now I don't know how to celebrate it without her because I'm used to it just being us, and I'm like, what we doing for our birthday? But I still pay homage to her on her day too.
Oh,
So
that's beautiful. I love that.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
awesome. I love it. Okay. So you have a lot of, not only with you, growing up with cancers and um just, a lot of cancers in your life. And so this scenario, if you were stuck on an elevator trying to make a little small talk and you had 30 seconds to give your pitch on why you feel like Cancer is such a great zodiac sign, what would you say?
If you prefer someone who's listening and who has high emotional intelligence and can give you the straightforward, but also show empathy, then you need to be with a Cancer. That would definitely be it. That's us
Boom.
all in a nutshell. We
Wow.
can give it to you straight and give you a hug at the same time.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Uh-huh. And I agree with that. And I think that's part of the intrigue for me about Cancer because Aquarius kind of has this reputation of being emotionally detached and cold.
Mhm.
And although I'm not that, I can see how people on the outside see I'm that way. So I
Mhm.
like watching Cancers because I think you nailed it. I mean, that's perfect. That's just exactly what I think of when I think of Cancers. So I like watching y'all to see, like, okay, how can I maybe borrow a little bit of that so that I don't come off so detached to
Yeah.
everybody else?
We're emotional, but we're emotional because most of us are empaths. Most of us take
Mhm.
what everybody has and we're
Yes.
pleasers. So we want to
Mhm.
make sure that everybody's happy, but to a fault, because sometimes doing that, we want to make everybody happy, we forget ourselves. And that's where it becomes dangerous for us.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true.
Mhm.
Yeah. Um I know with a lot of Cancer friends or just, people, special people in my life that are Cancers. Um, I think every last one of them, I've told them that at some point. Like,
Yeah.
when are you going to take time for you, or like watch out for this person, or do that sort of thing?
Mm-hmm.
Because cancers do give a lot.
Yes. Sometimes too much. We're loyal to a fault. We're
Yeah,
definitely loyal to a fault.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I can totally see that. Hey, that's what's up. Okay, so I'm curious to see. We talked a little bit about this before we started recording, but if you had a ride or die zodiac sign, and then one that you would say bye bye to, that the say bye bye is the one that you can totally do without, or your least favorite. So basically, your favorite and your least favorite.
Okay, so don't, and I truly mean this because I had to think about this. Like, who is around me that is truly ride or die, and hands down, I have not had any issues with. We've communicated. I've had long-term relationships with, long-term friendships with
Mhm.
family members, and that's honestly my ride or dies have been my cancers. I just another cancer
With your own sign. Wow.
with
Okay.
my own sign, and I had to think about my best friends, and then if my second would be a Virgo, but my
You said
first
Virgo.
a Virgo. That would be my second option, my
Oh,
second
okay.
favorite.
Okay.
But when I think about family members, when I think about like friends and people I know that are like, yo, we can let's roll out, or that have been there for me, even with dating, because we talked before with
Hmm.
I'm dating a cancer. So, and he'll tell you in a minute, I don't play about you. So it's kind of like, like it's kind of scary, but you my ride or die.
Right,
So
right. Like
I
literally.
have honestly, all my ride or dies have been cancers. Like you would think that we don't get along, or we would clash, or we just an emotional ball, but we ride out for each other. Like, we stand up for each other. Like, work people, even at work. I work with a few cancers, and we get the most done when I work with another cancer.
Wow.
So I
Wow.
would say that, and then Virgos are my next one. Virgos are my next. I got some ride or die Virgos too.
Yeah, they're pretty loyal too.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm similar to you in that way with Virgo, with having a lot of cancers around me.
Mhm.
Because both of my parents are Virgos. I have a cousin, and actually her husband, they're a Virgo couple. Both of them are Virgos. I have a
Mhm.
friend from high school that's a Virgo. So yeah, they're definitely ride or die. I would agree.
Yeah, Virgos can be ride or die too. They
Hmm.
quiet, but they can bite when they
Hmm.
need to bite.
Oh yeah,
So,
yeah. That tongue is lethal when it needs to be. With yeah,
yeah, but I mean, and the ironically about it is both of my best friends, you know who they are.
yeah.
One's a Virgo and one's a Cancer.
I was just thinking that. I was about to say. I was like, yep, that fits. Because yeah,
Yeah, and every
Cancer
other
and Virgo.
Virgo that I've dealt with has been just about that. Yeah. So Virgos and Cancers. Now, them one I say goodbye to, and I don't mean whoever listen. I don't mean to offend you, but Capricorns, y'all can go. Y'all can, get to bye
No
bye.
hesitation.
And the sad part about it is I have two young ladies. I say young, but I have two women in my life that are Capricorns, and I love them to pieces. It's more on the men Capricorns that I just, Capricorns to
Uh,
me come off very like um Cancers. We're mostly
yes.
extroverts. We like to, and Capricorn is total opposite. Like, they chill, they like to stay at home, the ones that I've encountered.
Yeah. Hmm.
And I'd be like, you want to go do this? No. Everything is sky's always falling. It's always falling.
Right.
So, and for me, because we're cheery or whatever, but with the men, I can deal with the women Capricorns. It's the men Capricorns. And I'd be like, man, even dating, I was like, I can't do this. And I was married to one. No, I can't.
You just can't do.
It ain't got nothing to do with the fact that I was married to one, but it's just that side, just coming in contact with them on the male side. I was like, oh no, no, I could do
Well,
without a
I like that you said that though, because a lot of people I talk to, they take one experience with a sign, a bad
Mhm.
experience, and then now that person is the poster child for why I don't like the sign. So I like what you're saying, because you're not pinpointing it to one person.
Mm-mm, mm-mm. It's just it. It's so funny because you know how you say if you usually connect with somebody, you could tell like they might be a Cancer. I'm the same way, and I can usually tell when they're a Capricorn. Now, I always ask, when's your birthday? Or I ask them their signs because, and not that we're not getting along, it's just the mentality and the interaction. Like let's go get it, let's do this, let's go do fun things, being spontaneous. And Capricorns are just they just chill. Now I don't need none of that. I have not met, and not to say that there are not any, but I have not met any real, true, extroverted, spontaneous Capricorns as of yet. They just kind of like, no, we normal. We like our stuff vanilla. We good. Like Napoleon, but they like their stuff. They like their stuff just vanilla, and I'll be like, oh Lord.
Like, can we add some little bit of flavor?
Yeah, they have nothing. And then even with the female Capricorns that I'm friends with, they take they're emotional, but their emotional piece is different than a Cancer's emotional piece. So I have found that my girlfriend,
they're more logical, I feel like.
Well, and I think they take there you go. They're too logical. And they look at the how Cancers will look at how we're going to get out of this. We're problem solvers, right? Because we want everybody to be happy. And then they're just like, this not going to happen. It's they're too logical. Like, this is reality. It's not going to happen. I'm not even going to try. So it's kind of, you get that type of thing. And it's just like, you just got to think outside the box. And it's hard to get a Capricorn to think outside the box.
Yeah, I agree. And I'm thinking, I have a few close Capricorn friends, and I feel like with them, where in my eyes, where they really excel is in the workplace, because they're kind of cut and dry. Let's get to the bag. Let's do what we got to do to meet this goal. But in their personal lives, it's almost kind of a little robotic.
Yep, I was about to say monotonous. It's very It's very they don't like the change. They don't want change. They don't like change. I want to do the same thing over and over and over and over again. And they don't want to think outside the box. But at work, they are all, both the men and the women, they are all very much hard workers. They're going to do their job. And sometimes they will go above and beyond. They're going to do it well. Very organized, all that good stuff. But outside of work, they got a routine. Yeah,
I agree. That's true. Hey, okay. So if you made a playlist, and I'll tell you this too, because I've only mentioned this, I think, on one other episode of this. So at the end of the year, I'm going to be putting out a playlist that includes everybody's answers for the whole year. So it's going to end up being like 60, 70 songs. But for Cancer specifically, if you had 5 songs to pick, what 5 songs do you think really embody a Cancer?
Okay. And I think I said a few earlier. So I think, like I said, the first one would be Hail Mary from that's something. And I talked to this about, because my boyfriend's a Cancer, and he was like, hey, we one of them, we ain't a killer, but don't push us. Like, we love you, but you push us. We see red. We don't stop. We don't stop. It's a lot to get a Cancer mad. So Hail Mary is probably one of those. Pieces by Lettucey. Pieces of Me by Lettucey.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
That is one. Because that explains the Cancer to sometimes, even though we're smiling, sometimes we may be hurt. Her whole song will explain a Cancer. I think because we are so like lovey-dovey, we're so like these lovebirds, and we like love and we like romance. But we tend to wear our heart on our sleeves a little too much. I was telling you, like, love TKO. We tend to get brokenhearted easily and quickly because we fall quickly, and we're not as logical. We follow our hearts more than we do our minds, so it's kind of hard. So we get in a knockout when it comes to love TKO. But the other one would probably be Catered to You by Destiny's Child.
Oh, okay, yeah.
We would definitely be a Catered to You. How many is that? Is that 4?
Yeah, that's 4.
Another one. Oh, the other one I said is Once We Get Angry, It Is a Nuck If You Buck.
Yeah.
You get a Cancer mad, like it's on. Like, we, especially the girls. I ain't gonna hold you on the girls. You get a Cancer girl mad, we don't see, know. And
the dudes too. I think y'all are equally as This is okay. So this isn't an insult. I think it's kind of cool. Cancer rage to me is uh what was it? Was it the Joker and Harley Quinn?
Which the Joker?
Did you see Suicide Squad?
Uh-huh.
So the Harley Quinn, I think, is
I would agree.
cancer.
I would agree.
That's a female cancer.
I would absolutely agree. That's a good one.
Yeah.
I might be that for Halloween.
Hey.
Now
That's
and
a
on
cancer
my shirt,
woman.
I'm gonna put I'm just a cancer. I might do that.
Yeah,
You are so right.
And the Joker is, I feel like that's I mean, I think y'all kind of neck and neck with it because I feel like you said, you are slow to anger. And cancer is, now, don't get me wrong, I'm not, because I'm slow to anger too. And I'm kind of like, if you take me there, and I'm just like, it's not, I can't really shut it off. Yep. But I would say, as a caution to other people, if I had to pick a sign that you really, really don't want to piss off, cancer would be in the top 3 easy. Easy.
Yeah. And you know what? Now that you say that with the men too, my brother-in-law is a cancer and my boyfriend is a cancer. And those are 2 men that once they pissed.
Yeah. It ain't no talking them off the ledge.
Ain't nothing you could do about it. And they will both tell you, hey, don't put me in situations because it ain't going to turn out how you think. So I'll be like, oh, okay. So, or we noticed, and I looked at my sister, you know, she's a Gemini married to a Cancer. We pray for them. And so but they make it work. It's crazy. Cause I was like, oh, a Gemini married a Cancer. Ooh. But, she knows that if he gets if he's hard to get angry, but when she sees that he's getting there, she got to step in because she know once he get to going, that's it.
That's it. And
that's the same here. If I can just tell by his face, yeah, this not. We got to go. It's time to go.
Yeah.
Because they don't play. Because men altogether, they don't really, kind of share their emotions like women do. So. If it's something that you playing with their emotions or you playing with somebody they love and they have that emotional piece, oh yeah, no.
Yeah. It makes it kind of double bad because you're right, because of how men typically are and the cancer piece. Yeah.
It's pretty bad. So yeah, you're right. Cancer men, I can see them being the Joker. Yeah. I can see that. But I can definitely see us women being Harley Quinn.
Harley Quinn, yeah.
Oh my gosh. I ain't never thought about that till now. Like, oh my gosh.
I didn't think about it till now either. I was just thinking of a duo, like a male-female duo. And I was like, that's Cancer. That's
a Cancer. Sure is, because she wants to be loved. She's so sweet. But then you mess with the wrong people or you make her mad. She turning on you.
Yeah.
And then turn around after she do that, smile and be like, okay, you guys ready?
Like nothing happened. Right.
Like nothing happened. That is a Cancer. Sure is.
Yes, I love it. Oh, okay. So I can't believe we're already near the end. But this is the last question that I have for you. So this is called "Thank You, Not So Much." So, what would you say has been your best and worst birthday gift, and why, or what were the gifts? You can mention the giver if you want, but you don't have to.
My worst birthday gift. You know what? I have actually been blessed. I have not had any bad birthday gifts.
Really? Okay.
Usually people get me because I'm not a materialistic person. I'm an experienced person. I like for you to take me places for my birthday, or let's go do something fun for my birthday. So I'm not really a gift person. I've asked for things and I'd be upset because I didn't get them. Like I have asked for years. I don't care if I was dating, married, or whatever. I just want a pair of simple diamond earrings. You see some in my ear? You see them? No?
You said no.
Hey,
they might be coming.
That's what I'm still waiting. Still waiting. So Ain't got them in the 20 plus years I didn't ask for them. Nope, still not there. It don't matter who it's from. So that has been the only, like, I asked them for Christmas, too. They're only like $99 on Christmas. They go on sale.
Yeah.
I'm empty. I got 4 holes waiting for one. Ain't got one. But I haven't had any horrible birthday gifts. I think it was an experience that happened on my birthday more than just a gift that turned my birthday raw. And that was just me getting into, like an argument or not turning out the way that the day should have been gone, or somebody forgetting me. And I think that that's what it was, or somebody standing me up. Somebody stood me up for my birthday. So they claimed they had all the stuff. I got dressed and everything, and they didn't show up. So, and then I never heard from them again. So that was kind of like my worst birthday. But my best birthday has honestly been these past 2 years. They kind of go neck to neck.
Wow, that's awesome.
Because I'm with another Cancer. And I think this is the good part of being with a Cancer, because we so over the top and we want to please, right? Mm-hmm. So again, I don't ask for much, but to my Cancer man, that's asking for a world. Like, I don't ask for much. Oh, that means I got to give you everything. That's not, bring it back. But right. I realize that's what we do. So last year was probably the first time I was like, okay, I think he liked me, because he did like a whole banner outside of the house with my face on it. Like,
oh, wow, that is so cool.
No, it's not. Don't do that.
Really? Do that. I think that's cool.
That's a lot. So that's a lot. That was a lot. And so my niece was staying here with us at the time. So he had got my niece up and decorated the whole house, like with balloons and streamers. And I had all like a personal birthday party. And so that was, I thought, was the best birthday I've had. And then he topped that this year, because I didn't realize 43 years being on this earth, and I don't know how many years of dating, like, I went out to like very fancy upscale restaurants with my girlfriends and things like that, but never on a date. Not even, really? And I didn't realize that until I was there. And I was like, I ain't never done this before. Like, dressing up to the T, like head to toe, like you got to go. I mean, you see my pictures on Facebook, like having to do that and being catered to and things like that, and just fine dining and being like, let me pull your chair out. Let me do this. Let me roll out the red carpet. I've never had that. And when I sat there and I thought about it, I was like, oh my gosh, like I've asked for it. I requested it, never got it. So, and it wasn't much of a gift, but that was my gift that I wanted, because it was more of a heartfelt for me. So I think those two have probably been my best birthday gifts. I got what I asked for. That's what it is.
Right. I love that. And you deserve it.
Yeah, thank you. I've been a long time praying. I've been praying, Carlos. I've been praying. Jesus,
like, come on.
I've been praying. I do good. I promise I tithe. I promise I do.
Right.
I'm gonna come $1 short. You keep coming short-handed. Like, come on, Jesus.
Right.
So, but I think, it's been, my birthdays have been different with, even when I was, dating a Virgo. That it was the same thing. It was just like, the gifts were thoughtful. It was handmade. So
yeah, Virgos are kind of, I can see that, because I think they're kind of extravagant in that way too, when it comes to showing their love for somebody in a birthday, or I can see that.
And I think for Cancers, when it comes to birthdays and holidays and gifts like that, we tend to, if you go out for us, we tend to reciprocate, or we tend to try to top that. Like, oh no, I can top what you do now, because you just did this or whatever. So, that's kind of the battle that we're in now, because he did such that. And I was like, oh no, I got to take this up a notch. I got to his up a notch now. So, it's been a journey with that. And I find excitement in that, because it's not just me trying to satisfy somebody that's trying to satisfy me for once.
Right.
So I do appreciate that.
Hey, I love that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, this has been great. I love this. This has been really, really cool. So I guess before we close out, is there anything that you want to tell people about cancers, even maybe advice or maybe something that we didn't mention about cancers you want people to know?
Well, okay, so I think there's a huge misunderstanding about cancers. We are always seen as, oh, we're such an emotional creatures, we're so sensitive, we're so whatever. I don't think that it's because we're sensitive. I think it's like, we're just very empathetic. I think people
Mhm.
need to understand that cancers are not being emotional because they wear their heart on their sleeves or they're just crybabies or whatever. We feel what you feel. So, and we feel what others feel. And we are typically the nurturers. We're the ones you want to have when you need somebody to listen to. If you look up a lot of psychologists and a lot of therapists, you'd be surprised how many are cancers.
Mhm. It's funny that you say that because I think that you're the perfect profession
Mm-hmm.
for your son. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and and sometimes cancers we can bump heads. My mom and I did for a long time until my grandmother said, "It's because y'all are alike," and we were
Mm.
so emotional. And it wasn't until then, and my mom was like, "Oh,
Maybe you're
well,"
onto
she's like,
something.
"Why you getting mad at you? Like you getting mad at you, and y'all the same." Like it was, and she was like, "You did the same thing. You do the same thing. You did the same thing. You are." And I think once we realized that and realized how to approach each other as cancers, we
Mhm.
had a beautiful relationship. But I think people think cancers are sensitive, and you got to handle us like glass, and we really we're not that.
Right.
We're just people who care about you enough and there wouldn't be a good world without us, honestly. Like you got to have we're nurturers, so
Mhm.
it's we listen and we do things like that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Other than that, we're spontaneous. When a cancer says what they want, that's what they want. We like to do things. We're extroverts. We like to be out there.
Yeah.
I have not met an introverted cancer as of yet. I have not.
Really.
If you find one, let me know. I haven't met one yet.
I know a few, but I will say that they can turn it on and off.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
So I don't. And I guess to your point, they're not true introverts because in my mind, a true introvert can't turn on that extrovert switch.
Mm-hmm.
But I
Mm-hmm.
feel like a cancer can. I know a few that can flip back and forth with both. But if you ask them, they'll say they're more introverted. But to your point, depending on what setting you see them in, you're like, oh yeah, they're an extrovert for sure.
Yeah. You know what I think though? Because I think, and I do that too. I could shut down sometimes and be like, I don't want to be bothered.
Hmm.
But the thing about cancers, and I even see that in the male version, is because we give, we have to recharge. We're exhausted. So it's just like I don't want to talk on the phone. I don't
Yeah.
want to deal with nobody. I need to recharge because I've been filling everybody else's bucket. So now it's time to fill mine. And it's kind of, we have to do that. We shut down. We will occasionally shut down, especially if nobody is there to fill our bucket or we feel nobody is filling our bucket. We will shut down and recoup.
Right.
That we will do. I mean, we'll become introverted for a while, but we can't. You would think we ADHD because we can't. It ain't long. It's like a couple of days. We'll be like,
Little recharge and
oh,
boom, back at it.
yeah, I gotta go back outside. Like, what we doing today? So it's those type of situations. I mean, my niece's her birthday is July 4th. She's a Cancer, and um, she's an introvert until you make her an extrovert. But once she's
Mm,
out, you be like,
that's it.
oh, okay, there she is. She wants to do those things, but I feel like some of that is nature nurture. I feel like some of it is a
Yeah.
natural thing, and some of it is okay. That's just how you were brought up, or that's just your individual personality. So I do feel it like it's that way. But for the most part, you got an extrovert out there starting a party. We gonna party. We live for the party, baby.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
So
for sure.
we'll make everybody get up. Yeah.
Yes.
So we are. We are. Yeah,
I
but
can
other than
totally see
that,
that.
that's it. We're just simple people.
Hey,
Don't take much to satisfy us.
I love it. I love it. Okay. Well, hey, well, Alex, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to join me to rep cancer tonight. This has been awesome. I've really, really loved this episode. And so, again, happy birthday to all of the cancer. So,
Woo-hoo.
June 21st through July 22nd. If it's already passed, belated happy birthday to you all. And if it's coming up, early happy birthday. So,
Happy
yes.
birthday.
So yeah, so yes, that is a wrap. But thank you again, Alex. I appreciate it.
No problem. Of course, I always like being on here with you.
Oh, thank you. I always love having you on here too.
Yes.
All right, then. So I will see for the viewers and the listeners. I will see you all next month. We'll be highlighting Leo. The first Wednesday in August is when the next episode of It's My Seasons will drop. So until then, peace.
Peace.